Hi everyone, Amber Wiltsey here again. I just want to mention about subscribing and liking my videos. Uh, anyway, I just thought I'd mention that because the more that people subscribe, other people then subscribe, and it just makes the event a lot nicer to be able to share. One of my mentors said, Amie, I would be remiss if I did not get you to tell your stories and let the world hear what you have to say. So, if he feels that way, hopefully you feel that way too. So anyway, again, my book of my experiences, 23 years in a school of ancient wisdom, Ramthaandme, one woman's journey in a school of ancient wisdom. And this talks about what happened in those 23 years, how I wrote the book, what I mean, I gave that in the first video, how this book was written, but this book was not something that I, as a personality, would have done. It was something that I was directed to do from a higher force, a higher source, and actually heard what I needed to do. When I asked, okay, you want me to write this book? I don't know how to write the book, so what do you want me to do? Okay, give me a name. What's the title? And I heard Ramthaandme, One Woman's Journey in the School of Ancient Wisdom. It's like, really? Oh, I love that name. What a great name. So the whole book was about being told what was the path. Where should I lay my footsteps down in order to complete this journey that somewhere, somehow, before I came here, I decided to do. And so that's what this book represents. It represents listening. In fact, that's another book I'm supposed to be writing, which I haven't done yet. The book I'm supposed to be writing is, the next one, is Listening, Can You Hear Me? And that's about being able to listen and hear the divine force and voice inside of you that's trying to direct you on the path that you came here to do. So anyway, my book, the information is being put at the bottom of the videos where you can contact me if you're interested. Thank you. So this segment I want to dedicate to my oldest daughter and her decision at 16 to get involved with a beautiful young man and to become pregnant. So, my husband and I knew instinctively and through meditation that my daughter and her boyfriend were having sex. Okay, that's as easy as I can say it. We knew it, we felt it, and we sat down with the two of them and we said, okay, look, we know you guys are fooling around. We're not upset about it, but we do understand it. However, we know in our focus that there's a baby in your bands around you, which means that if you continue to fool around and you're not careful, we're going to have a child. We're going to have a grandchild. And my daughter said, Mom, how could you think that about me? I said, what do you mean, how can I think about you? Isn't that what you're doing? Of course not. Of course we're not doing that. And the guy said, no, of course we're not. I said, oh, okay, fine. And then I have friends call up. Hey, is Amie pregnant? Why? I just had this meditation and I saw that Amie was pregnant. I said, no, Amie is not pregnant. She told me she's not pregnant. Ed and I had the same thing, but she said she's not pregnant and they're not fooling around. He said, and this guy says, oh, I don't think so. A good friend of mine, Ed Raheim. So anyway, I was like, okay. And then I had other people, hey, I'm getting this feeling, is something going on with Amie? I said, no, nothing's going on with Amie. And so this was going on for about a month or so. And then one day she came to me and she said, Mom, by the way, Lonnie, which was her boyfriend, his mom wants to take me up to Seattle because there's a job up there that I can get. At the time, she was doing homeschooling, and I can earn some money, and I thought that would be a good thing to do. I said, okay. She said, it'd be a good experience. I said, okay. Okay, if that's what you want to do. And so she went off with them that day, and I didn't think anything about it. And then she came home that evening, and she said to me, Mom, and I said, what's the matter, Em? She said, Mom, can I talk to you? And I said, sure, honey. And she said, Mom, is there anything you could stop loving me for? And at that moment, I got scared. It's like, uh-oh. Has she killed someone? Why is she asking me this question? And so I paused for a minute, and I said, Amie, there is nothing in this world that I could stop loving you for. I might be disappointed in some actions you've done, but I could never, ever stop loving you. She said, Mom, I'm pregnant. I said, is that it? She said, yeah, why? What else should it be? I said, I don't know. I thought maybe you killed someone. I wasn't quite sure the way you were so cryptic. She said, you're not upset? I said, of course not. We told you we knew that was going to happen. You know, you didn't listen. That's okay. I guess we have a grandchild coming. And so she said, would you help me tell Dad? Sure. So about an hour later, my husband comes home. And I said, oh, Ed, do you mind coming upstairs, honey, for a minute? And he said, no, sure. Hi, Em. How you doing? Oh, great. Ed, have a seat on the couch, would you? Sure, yeah. What's going on? I said, Amie has something she wants to tell us. Okay, Em, what is it, sweetheart? And so she says, I'm pregnant. My husband goes, huh? I said, Ed, you can breathe now. He said, oh my God, how did this happen? I said, Ed, let's not be ridiculous. You know how it happened. Let's not say that, shall we? We know how it happened. He said, well, of course, we're going to have the baby. We're not going to do an abortion. We're going to have the baby. And so let's not even think about that. Every child brings a grace, and every child brings a gift. And this will be a gift. It'll be a gift to the whole family. And so I said, I feel that way too, Amie. So then she told us what happened that day. She said when she left that day, the other mother of the boy had decided that Amie should have an abortion and not tell us. Now my daughter was 16, and they weren't going to tell us what had happened. And she was, I feel, trying to help Amie because Amie was feeling nervous, I guess, about telling us. I'm going to put it on that. I don't want to put anything else on that. And so she took Amie and her son, and they headed towards Seattle to go to get an abortion. And on the way, the boy said, Amie, please don't do this. This baby's supposed to be here. If you don't want to raise this baby, I'll raise the baby. Please don't do this. And the mom said, no, we're doing this. Be quiet, da-da-da-da. And he kept pleading with Amie not to do it. And on the way there, Amie was in the car, and she talked to her divine inside and said, if this baby is meant to stay, then don't let this abortion take place. But if this baby is not meant to stay, then let me get there and have the abortion. So she gets to the clinic, and they look at Amie, and they say, well, I'm sorry, but you're too far along for us to do the abortion. We can't do it here. And they said, besides, the doctor had an accident on the way to the clinic. so he won't be in today. And so I said, and so then the mother pipes up and says, well, isn't there another place for more advanced cases like this? Yes, there is. You have to go over to this other clinic, and they do the advanced cases where more weeks have gone by. And so she said, okay, we're going over there. And the boy says, don't do this, Amie. This baby's supposed to be here. And Amie asked inside, and besides hearing her own voice of her divine, both times she hears the baby say, I'm supposed to be here. I have a journey here. Please don't do this. So not only is she hearing her own voice of her own divine, but she's hearing the voice of the baby. She's listening. She asked, what should I do? And each time she hears the voice of the baby say, please don't do this. I'm meant to be here. I have a purpose. And so, but the mother was like, no, we're going there. This is what we're going to do. And so she says again, if this baby is meant to stay, then don't let the abortion take place. But if this baby is not meant to stay, then let this happen. Now, one thing about these abortion clinics, I don't know if anyone has had the opportunity to participate in this, but my daughter was telling me you have to sign all kinds of papers. You could get brain damage, you could die, you could get infection, you could never have a child ever again. They have to sign all kinds of things. And she had to sign that she was 18 and that she had the legal right to do this and that she could do it on her own without her mother. And so when they went to the second clinic, Amie had already said, if this baby is meant to stay, don't let this happen. They get to the second clinic. They said, oh, yeah, she's not too far along for us. We definitely can do the abortion here. But the doctor had a car accident on the way to the second clinic. So Amie said, that's it. I want to go home. And so Amie came home and told me the story. And, of course, we accepted that this baby was meant to come to us. We accepted that this baby was part of our reality. And we loved that. And as soon as we accepted that, Amie went from not showing it all to like popping fresh dough girl. The whole baby just whoop, her stomach just expanded because she wasn't holding the baby back anymore. And the baby knew that he was welcome and he was wanted and he could come. And it was the most amazing thing to watch that happen. And during the time that she was pregnant, she radiated with absolute beauty. She was an amazing, beautiful pregnant mom, and she became a beautiful mother. And when it was time for the baby to be born, we were all in a ceremony a spiritual ceremony of doing a special discipline at the school that we were in. And we were all like down doing our meditation, and we weren't supposed to talk or do any of the physical activities. And all of a sudden my daughter's tapping me and says, Mom, Mom. I said, shh, we're not supposed to talk. Mom, Mom. I said, what, honey? I said, what? She said, Mom, I think I'm in labor. What? Yeah. I said, well, how far are they apart? 2 minutes. 2 minutes? What? So now everyone's in meditation, covered up. We don't know where anyone is. My husband, my other daughter, my son, all the people who are supposed to come and watch this baby be brought into life. It's like, oh my God, we have to find her. She's 2 minutes apart. So we're running around in like 1,200 people, trying to find the few people that we needed to go back home because the baby was being born at home. Well, we found them, got home. The baby was born on 2/22 in 2 hours and 22 minutes. Those are his favorite numbers. And when he was born, I never saw anything like this. I was holding my daughter's back, and she was on the floor, and the midwife was there to catch the baby as the baby came out, and he flew through the air, and the midwife caught him in her arms. So he was an airborne baby. Absolutely amazing. So that was the story of my daughter and having the baby and the welcoming of this new life into our home and into our hearts. And he was our first grandson, and we love him. And we have now one more from his family, grandson, one granddaughter, and then 2 more grandsons from my other daughter. So I have 5 grandchildren. Anyway, thank you very much for letting me share with you this experience and love and welcoming of life, and knowing that everything that happens to us, there's a purpose and there's a reason. And that instead of trying to undo and get rid of whatever it is that's in front of us, if we embrace these opportunities and understand what they're about, we may find out that it's one of the greatest experiences of our life. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.